Hello everybody and welcome to a train simulator video. Today we should be driving a class 142 Pacer from Heysham to Carnforth via Morecambe and Lancaster. So the first thing we need to do is turn off the pause menu, and we'll open the doors by pressing T. We'll also go into the cab and we will turn on the track monitor. We will press Shift and W to turn in the master key. Press W again to press the train into gear and cancel the AWS. And the next thing we need to do is turn off the driver reminder appliance by pressing R, and press the instrument lights by pressing I, and then we need to press and hold H to get the train's headlights on. And the next thing we can do is we can input leads into the destination computer on the train. So I'll just bring up F1 and we'll have a look at the code. And the code is 148. So if I press and hold control button on the keyboard, press 148 on the numpad and then just press enter. Oops, it's Lancaster. So I'll just clear that. There we are, it was 149. So just reset the camera and we are ready for departure. So departing Heysham, the starting speed limit is 20 miles an hour. The speed limit is now increased to 40 miles an hour, and this will be the maximum speed for the Heysham branch. So I've just applied full power as we are on a rising gradient here. speeding a little bit there, so I'll just cut down on the power there and brake a little bit. In fact, we appear to be now on a falling gradient now, so just have to keep a closer eye on the train speed at this point. The track on the Heysham branch certainly isn't up to the standard that it is on the main line, so that accounts for the rather bumpy ride that we're having at the moment. Then again, if you're travelling on a pacer, you'll probably have a bumpy ride regardless, because the train has a lack of bogies. So I've just slowed right down to 15 miles an hour here, as we are nearing the turnout onto the Morecambe branch. The fixed distance denotes that we are approaching near the end of the line. I've just left the train in notch 1 and that seems to be holding our speed at about 14 miles an hour. Just going to cut the power off now, as we are now going down the falling gradient slightly here. It certainly takes a lot of concentration and patience to keep the train at these sorts of speeds. And we're now on a smoother track now as we come to a stop at Morecambe. There's no real clear stopping point here, so we'll just stop about here. And we will open the doors and shut down the cab at this end. and we shall jump into the cab at the other end and set up again, ready for departure. Got a bit of layover time here at Morecambe. Our departure time is 13:31. And then after Morecambe we will be calling at Bear Lane, Lancaster with a reversal there, and then finally calling at Carnforth. So it's quite a short scenario, this one. It'll just take us up just over a little over half an hour to do. So whilst we're waiting here at Morecambe, it's probably just best to give you a little bit of an update on what's been going on recently. The Class 150 review has been coming along nicely. At the moment I'm halfway through gathering narration and footage now. The script is completely done, so work is progressing along nicely with that review. So I can't give an exact time and date when it will be out because I can never guarantee these sorts of things with stuff outside of YouTube. So it'll be ready when it's ready. I'm also planning a trip to the East Lancs Railway for a diesel gala, which is due to take place, I think on the 12th of February. It's the second week somewhere around there. It's the second weekend in February. It's during the second full week of February. So, but I'm not too sure whether it'll be a trip in the car or a trip with the Barrow Bus group, because normally our friends in the Barrow Bus group will take a bus up there, either for the diesel gala or the steam gala, which happens a little bit later on in the year. So we'll have to see what happens. But it's funny because the East Lancs Railway call it the Spring Diesel Gala, and it's happening in February, which apparently is still in winter. So, you know, but it's always an enjoyable day out at the East Lancs. I've been going there for quite a few years now, and we've always enjoyed ourselves each time we've been up there. I've also just recently taken the delivery of a couple of Blu-rays from Video 125, the Devon Branches, which was released in two separate halves. It covers Exmouth to Barnstaple, and the other one that's available covers the Plymouth to Gunnislake branch and the Newton Abbot to Paynton branch. So, both of which are highly recommended. Very good watch. So about a couple of minutes ago before departure, I'll just jump back into the cab now, and we'll just wait for the guard to buzz in. So departing Morecambe, the speed limit is 15 miles an hour. We've just got just over a mile to go to the next stop at Bear Lane. Just apply full power now as our speed limit increases up to 40 miles an hour, and this is also the maximum speed of the Morecambe branch. The Morecambe branch is of course bi-directionally signalled, which is why we are travelling wrong line. If we were travelling directly towards Carnforth, we'd be on the opposite track. Just going to start applying the brakes now as we come to stop at Bear Lane. Just apologise for the lag here. Just hope the game hasn't crashed. No, it hasn't. And we'll stop about here. Just open up the doors now. So as we leave Bear Lane here, the speed limits will now drop down to 15 miles an hour for the point work. So I'm just going to drop the power off now. Our next speed limit to look out for is for 25 miles an hour. But I'm just running the train with caution as I'm expecting the next signal to be at danger. So the AWS is just cleared, which means that the signal ahead is displaying a green aspect. So we can now apply power again. The wheel flanges are protesting as we round the tight bend. As we change tracks, I can now apply full power. The maximum line speed is 110 miles an hour. However, the maximum running speed of the Pacer itself is 75 miles an hour. Just going to cut the power and start to brake as the next signal could be at danger. Just past a single yellow aspect there. We are being routed onto platform 2 at Lancaster, so I'm expecting another train to cross in front of us. And having just said that, a Freightliner Class 66 has just passed us. Seems as if there could be another train with priority, so which is why we've still got a red signal aspect. When we come to a stop, I'll just check the track monitor and see if there's another train that we have to look out for. Just stop about here and I will apply the driver reminder appliance. And I shall just press 9 on the keyboard now, and we shall have a look. There doesn't appear to be anything at Lancaster, so perhaps the game might want us to pull up to the signal a bit more, so I'll just move up a little bit more and the signal might clear. Take another look at the track monitor. There is a train leaving platform 5 from Morecambe, so probably once that's past us we may get the road. Okay, so we've just got the road now, so I'll just move the train off now. And we have a single amber with the theatre route indicator displaying platform 2. Just going to drop the power off now as we are approaching a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. Speed limit has once again jumped up to 40 miles an hour, but there's really no point in speeding up as we are fast approaching another 20-mile-an-hour speed restriction. And here we are at Lancaster, so one more time I'll just shut the cab down at this end. And we currently have a green aspect at the end of our platform, so there's no point in turning on the driver reminder appliance. Just set up the headlights there. And we've only got a couple of minutes layover here at Lancaster, so not long to wait. And then after that the final stop is at Carnforth, which is about 6 miles away. speed has now increased, so I'll just apply power. As we cross the Morecambe Triangle here, the 125 miles an hour speed restriction applies exclusively to the Class 390 Virgin Pendolinos and the Class 221 Virgin Super Voyagers, as they can take advantage of the higher speeds with their tilting capabilities. For everything else, the maximum running speed is 110 miles an hour. We're now running along Hest Bank, which is the only place where the West Coast Main Line actually lives up to its title. It's the only place on the main line where the where it touches the coast. Just put the train into notch 6, and this seems to be holding us at about 74 miles an hour. The Class 142 itself isn't physically limited to 75 in Train Simulator, and as a result, the train would go over would overspeed so that's why I locked the power down. Of course, I'm now starting to slow down now for Carnforth. And the next signal could possibly still be at danger, so I'm just going to slow right down again. And I can just about make out a single yellow aspect. So we'll keep going. Of course, I'm going to have to slow down now because we are now approaching a severe restriction of 15 miles an hour for the point work here. The West Coast Main Line now heads away from us towards Oxenholme, Penrith and Carlisle, and obviously towards the ultimate destination at Glasgow. The speed limit is now 10 miles an hour. This is due to the severe curve at Carnforth Station. Just going to notch 1 of power just to bring the train forward slightly. Beyond Carnforth, trains can continue towards Barrow and Leeds. There's no clear stopping point at Carnforth, so we'll just stop about here. We're only a 2-car train. So I'll just open the doors now. And I think this is where the scenario will end. I don't think we're expected to take the train any further. And there we are, that's the end of the scenario. So I'll just check our performance. So we managed to stop at all 5 stations, and we only sped once, which was on the Heysham branch itself. So all in all, a good scenario. You enjoyed that, and it's nice to do a little short scenario like that. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed watching it. I've enjoyed making it as always, and hopefully I shall see you next time with another train simulator video very soon. So thanks for watching and take care.